Hello everyone, welcome. Today I'm going to introduce you to DocRaptor. It's a really nice software that allows you to easily convert your Excel and HTML documents into PDF. Today I'm going to be walking you through their Python SDK and show you how you can use that to convert a simple HTML invoice into a PDF file. So without any further ado, let's begin. DocRaptor doesn't provide their SDK only in Python. If you go to their website, go to the documentation page, you can take a look at the different languages that they have their SDKs available in. We are going to be focusing on Python, so let's go to the Python tab. For our test purposes, we are going to be using this your API key here string as our API key. It is just for test purposes. In production purposes, you are going to have to create a new account and get a proper API key. But for our case, this should work perfectly fine. Next, we have to install the DocRaptor SDK using pip. Let's copy this whole installation instruction. Go to terminal and run this command. I already have it installed, so it is telling me exactly that. Now let's create a new folder where we're going to house all of our DocRaptor project code, cd into it, and let's open up Visual Studio Code here. Or you can use any other text editor that works for you. Now we need to figure out what the invoice HTML is going to be. I am using this HTML that is provided by Spark Suite. I will paste a link in the description below. It's a really simple HTML document. Copy the code, go to Visual Studio, create a new file, and save it as invoice.html. You can also take a look at what this looks like. Let me open this up. This is basically what the invoice looks like. And we are going to be converting this into PDF using DocRaptor in just a second. Now we need to create a new file called app.py, which is going to house all of our Python code. For this file, I am going to again go back to the DocRaptor documentation page. This is slightly different than the previous documentation page we were at. I will paste a link to this particular page in the description below as well. There's nothing unique here. It is almost exactly the same code as the initial documentation page. It just has a try except block here that I'm going to be making use in my Python code. Let's copy this, hop on over to Visual Studio, paste it, and save it. Let me tell you what is happening here. We are importing the DocRaptor library. We are creating a doc API object. We are passing the API key string to the username attribute. And then we have this variable containing a simple HTML document. Finally, we are making a call to DocRaptor using the createDoc method, and we are passing the HTML string via the document content keyword. Finally, once we get the response back from DocRaptor, we are creating this new HTML and JavaScript.pdf file and saving the response to that file. In case any error occurs, more specifically an API exception, we are catching that here and printing that in the terminal, the status, the reason, and the body of the error. In our case, we do not have JavaScript in our template, so let's get rid of this code. Let's also get rid of the JavaScript true, and let's also get rid of this document URL because we are not using it in this particular tutorial. And we can go back and open up our invoice.html and pass that to DocRaptor. And that should do the trick. Let's also rename the output file to invoice.pdf and try running it. Right click, run Python file in terminal, and let's wait for the invoice.pdf to show up here. There you go. If we open this up, we can see that this is exactly what our HTML looked like. Because we are using the test API key and because we have this test equals true as part of the dictionary we are passing to DocRaptor, it has this test document banner. If you remove that test equals true, this banner will also be removed. But for that, you are going to need to have a production API key. I just scratched the surface in this tutorial of what is possible with DocRaptor. As you saw in the initial example code that we got rid of, DocRaptor also supports JavaScript. It will execute the JavaScript before creating a PDF of the document. So make sure that if you have any sort of PDF generation task, you give a look to DocRaptor, and I'm sure it will be up for the task. Take care. Bye.